We're now about to go live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now live.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or. 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 or.
glorious Tuesday morning, everyone. Yes, it is. It is 2023, January 3rd, 2023, and counting. It's a brand new year, but realistically, it isn't for me right at the moment because I'm taping the show like a week before, like a Tuesday before. So we're actually. Is this Tuesday? No, Wednesday.
Bob, you're not supposed to tell him that it's tape.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say that?
No, you're supposed to pretend.
Okay. So,
yes.
This is television. We pretend.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Oh, Happy New Year. Boy, did I have a heavy night last night. I am I'm telling you, I'm really, oh, God.
He's so hungover, he doesn't know what day it is.
Or where he is.
I was so hungover. You know, I have been, I didn't want the year to end last night at midnight. So I said, every moment that I think about it, I'm going to move a day earlier. So right now, I'm a little back in last week, if you pardon the expression. Does that make sense? And guess who joined me back then? Just guess who joined me? Rick, my personal assistant, Rick Berry. And he is my trusty sidekick here. Happy New Year, Rick. And
Happy New Year, Bob.
Many more. How many New Years is this for you?
Will be 55.
54.
54.
So this is only your 54th New Year.
Yes.
Yeah. And Peter?
So this will be 51 for me.
This is your 51st. So, for instance, if you were born in April, this would not be, you would not have had a New Year's yet.
No.
Does that make sense? No.
Right. I was born at the end of January, so I wasn't born yet.
Yes. So you are 1 year left. This is Rick's 55th.
54th.
Wow.
54th.
I'll be 55 in February.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah, we were just talking on the air beforehand that Peter was born January 28th. And traditionally, the Penguins plunge on that day.
Yes.
Did you know that?
The last couple of years, it's been on my birthday.
Yes. And Rick has plunged for you on your birthday. This year, as a special treat, I thought that I might plunge myself.
Nice. You can join me anytime.
Yeah. Peter Coles is up in the box above us. He is our producer, our trusty, dusty, lusty, crusty, and musty producer.
By
the way, my record continues about bringing cold weather to places. So as you'll recall, last year when I went to Florida, it was the 3 coldest days of the year in Florida. It was a record cold snap. The 3 days I was in Florida, it was the coldest it had been in forever. And then when I went to Las Vegas, it was the 2nd coldest day of the year while I was there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Holy mother. But have we seen you since you were in Las Vegas?
I called you from the airport, Bob.
Oh, okay. That's exactly right.
Yes, we talked to him.
You haven't seen me, but I called you from the airport. I should have zoomed in. Had I known you had a Zoom going on, I would have really screwed up Kenny and called in via Zoom.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if your winnings will provide you with another trip to Las Vegas.
No, not me. I lose everything.
Did you? Yes.
The only person that won in my party is the person with me. So my girlfriend won money. Christy won money. I did not. I never do.
Wow. Well, maybe in this year, look at, make a resolution that you're going to.
Bob, have you bought your lottery tickets?
No, I never buy.
Mega Millions is
620,
640 million for the next drawing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And by the time the show airs, it might even be closer to $750 million.
Which is what will be this past Friday.
Yes.
whatever.
Just before the end of the year.
Yeah. Hey kids, look, I'm actually I'm on my way back from a trip to Wisconsin, and we are here in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I'm at my in-laws' house, and so this is the Homan family New Year's Eve gathering show that we're doing, and you're going to see a lot of the people who are. Oh, where are they? Behind me on this.
Hello, Kenosha.
It is today. It is a little bit warmer. Yesterday, one day while we were here, it was like -18. So we stayed indoors or whatever. But I'm having the greatest time. They are the best family, and every one of them is a different individual. I know that sounds trite, but they are all very individual people who have different experiences in their life based on what they do for a living. So you're going to meet an exterminator today. You're going to meet somebody who's into rubber rugs. You're going to meet possibly a therapist. You're going to meet a chef. You are going to meet an insurance man who can tell us how to file claims that are going to make us money. Like the time I slipped out on the ice and never claimed it. Remember, Rick?
Yes.
I do recall that, actually.
Yes.
Yes. And so I'm getting ready to slip on the ice this year.
Hey, Bob, you're not flying home Southwest, are you?
Oh, gosh, no.
Yeah. Yes, you might not make it home.
No.
So you want a planes, trains, and automobile story? My brother was scheduled to leave on a flight for Southwest on Christmas Eve at 6:05 a.m. in the morning. About 7 hours before the flight, they got notified the flight was canceled because of the storm. Right?
Right.
So they went down to Bradley and they thought they were going to get a 15-passenger van, which they couldn't get. They ended up getting 2 cars and decided to drive to Florida.
Oh, my gosh.
About 2 hours into the car ride, my nephew, John, got sick, violently ill. He had a stomach bug. So my brother, instead of calling me, he called my mom. My mom's like, I'm not driving 2 hours. Instead of calling me, he paid for an Uber for his son to come all the way back to Wilbraham from wherever they were at 2 hours into the ride. So that's
Do you pay extra if the passenger vomits?
I don't know. I didn't get into it with my brother, but so my nephew John came home for literally one day. He started to feel better, and then he got a flight out. His flight was supposed to leave from Providence the next day. He came home on Saturday, so Sunday at noon it was supposed to leave. It didn't leave till 5 o'clock at night. So now they're all in Florida. They're at Disney and Universal until January 3rd, and it's still questionable whether they're going to be able to come back or not because the cars were a one-way rental, I think.
Holy mother.
So it's planes, trains, and automobiles, like the movie.
Will they be able to get their money back? Will they get another flight? Do they put them up at Disney?
So they had reservations and stuff at Disney. It was booked with points, so they got refunded all the points for the flights, but it was flights for 8 of them.
Oh gosh,
there was 8 people in the traveling party.
Yeah, the 2000s. It looked like how many were stranded for 2 days in a row? It must have been 8,000, 10,000 people.
Not only passengers, but it was crews that were stuck in airports. Pilots and flight attendants were stuck in airports as well. A little crazy. Well, it looks like everything will get. At least they'll have to update their systems. They can't go without that now. But
Yeah.
But this isn't all because of the storm, though.
No,
even Southwest is admitting
it's their scheduling
fault.
system. Yeah,
it's their fault. Their scheduling system or their lack of contingency plans to cover this. I was watching the news today, and they were talking about it, and it was just a complete failure of their systems.
What does that mean? I mean, what does that do to their bottom line in the future?
Yeah. Well, they're going to have to spend a lot of money to fix their scheduling system. And think about this. I was talking about this on Wake Up Wednesday. You figure that software is not really off the shelf. So they're going to either have to update the software they have or write a new one from scratch and put it into place. But Kenny and I have noticed problems like when we try to schedule a flight to South Padre Island, which you'd think you'd be able to schedule somehow in Southwest system. The system won't let you do it. It just says there's no flights.
Yeah.
But you could schedule a flight from Baltimore to South Padre Island as one set of round trip, but then you have
Right.
to set another set of, you have to do a separate flight itinerary from here to Baltimore.
Wow. I have a story similar, planes and automobile story. I was I went for a long weekend because this is the first time I had been to Puerto Escondido, Mexico. And my college roommate said,
Gesundheit.
look, if you can get here, you can stay in I've got a room. I've got a hotel room. You can come. And not thinking, I thought, I got to do this. So I took out, I was very poor at the time as an actor in New York City. And my mother said you could take a loan against your health insurance, your life insurance or something. So I did that crazily. It was like maybe $700 or something to take this flight or whatever. I don't remember what it was at the time. But at any rate, at the end on Tuesday, I went down like on a Friday. Tuesday, I was scheduled to shoot a commercial for Liberty Mutual Life Insurance Company.
Okay.
In Springfield. Okay. And so I got down there, and in order to get to Puerto Escondido, you take this little jaunt of a plane. It's called Oaxaqueñas Aerolíneas or something like that.
A puddle jumper.
Yeah, a puddle jumper. That was probably a World War I bomber or something. I don't know.
It's probably a DC-3.
Yeah. So I go to check to confirm that I'm leaving on Monday morning because I have a Tuesday taping in the States. And I go to the airline in Puerto, this little office in this little tiny town, and they say the plane is being fixed. I said, what do you mean the plane is being fixed? They said, well, they tried to get it off the ground yesterday, and it may go tomorrow as planned, but it may not go. This was the day before, so it was like Saturday. So they said, check in tomorrow with us. So I checked in the next day. No, the plane is still being fixed. Checked in and checked in. Finally, the day of, they said it was ready to go. I got onto the plane, honest to God. We got on, and there were maybe 25, 40, maybe 40 of us on this small plane. And the plane what do you call it? Went down the airstrip? Whatever. Taxied down the airstrip. And then it came around, and then it was ready for its flight. And we went down like when we were going to get up.
Takeoff roll.
And it went around again. In other words, it was like trying to get off the ground, and it was having trouble getting off the ground, and they tried twice. And the third time, they stopped, and we had to get off the plane. And as we got off the plane, there was all this oil dripping from the engine.
Makes you confident to want to get back on that plane.
That's never a confident thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So they said we're going to try and fix the plane again. And I thought to myself, I'm never getting on this plane. So I ended up with a couple of other passengers renting a car for a guy to drive us to Oaxaca, where we could find a small puddle jumper to go from Oaxaca to Mexico City. Well, the long and the short of the story is I missed my flight back to New York City because of all the delays. I missed my flight. Consequently, I pleaded with them to get me to New York. They got me to New York one way or another. I can't remember how I got there. I got to New York, and I ended up taking a 4-seater plane up the Connecticut River as the storm was projecting into Westfield, with a Mexican blanket over my head because it was so cold. And the plane that I rented or whatever was beneath the wing. Have you ever flown in a plane that the wing is up here? So there's nothing.
Yeah, Cessna.
Yeah, it's a Cessna style plane. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Holy mother. I got into Springfield where we were going to tape WGBY. We're supposed to tape it there for Liberty Mutual. And there was a snowstorm that was like the blizzard of 95 or something. And I ended up having to stay, I think we stayed all night overnight because it was the talk about bad luck at any rate. But that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Oh, it's been an adventure for a lot of people. I was talking to a friend of mine the other night, and he walked into the tavern, and we all looked at him and go, "What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be in Ohio visiting your family?" Yeah. And he goes, "Yep." Well, he got to a certain point. He ended up leaving Hartford, like an hour late. Their flight took off an hour late from Hartford. And they told him, well, we're not going to be able to get you to Akron. And so wherever his connecting flight was, they were late getting there. So the connecting flight left.
Holy mother.
So, well, we can't get you on another flight till tomorrow morning. And he goes to them, okay, can I have my bag? And he goes, no. He goes, your bag's on its way to Akron.
Oh, my God.
And he goes, wait a minute. He goes, I'm not in your industry and I'm no idiot. I said, but if I was on the plane with my bag and I didn't get here in time to make the plane, how did my bag make the plane? And the lady goes, I don't know, but it's on its way to Akron.
I hope it has a nice time. Are they going to put it up overnight?
He's like, that's physically impossible. He goes, if the plane left before we got here, that bag is not on there. And so she goes, oh, it's in our back room. He goes, well, can I get my bag so I can have some stuff and change and get on my flight for tomorrow morning? She goes, yeah, it's going to be about 2.5 hours to get your bag.
What?
She's like, he's like, what?
Unbelievable. Yeah, James says it's not a pleasure to fly any longer. I still love flying, but I
like the train now.
You do?
I'm into the train, yeah.
Have you ever taken a long train ride with where you're in the little compartments and you sleep in those compartments?
Yes.
Yeah, he's done the auto train.
Yes,
Pete's done the auto train.
I love the auto train.
Really?
Yeah. Where you drive to Virginia? Where
drive
in Virginia?
To Lorton, Virginia.
Lorton, Virginia.
They load up your car on the train, and then you load up on the train. And I booked a roomette, which can hold 2 people, but I was perfectly fine with 1. And then during the day, you sit there with your beverage and you watch the world go by in a nice big picture window. Right. And then at night, they fold down the bed, and there's a bunk above that pops down, and you can sleep on either one of them. Wow. And then you sleep on the train.
Is there something about the toilet turns into a shower?
That's in a full-size cabin.
Oh, this is just a little. You had to get up and use the bathroom down.
Yeah. I had to go down the hall. But that's fine with me. There's a bathroom on the same level, so.
Yeah, because it's expensive. I mean, to sleep overnight on a train. I've slept overnight on that. We've gone to Chicago, James and I, where we have put up our clothing bags on lined it up so it looked like we were our own compartment.
Yep.
And then kind of like took each seat and made it into that's not pretty at all. Oh my God, it's not. Oh God, I'm over that. I think I'm going to pay for wherever I go by train from now on. But I've always wanted to do one across country. Have you ever done that?
I wouldn't mind doing that. I was thinking about some year, if I'm not going to do the World Series anymore, get a monthly rail pass.
Yeah.
and do the Empire State Builder, I think, from Chicago to California. And then,
wait a minute, how does the Empire State Building fit into this?
Empire State Builder. It's the name of the train.
Oh, Builder. I thought that there was a train that surrounded the Empire State Building, or maybe it went up and down. And
that's in Las Vegas at New York. That's a roller coaster that goes around. Yeah.
Oh, there we are. Okay, gotcha. Hey, I'm not exactly sure what the taping schedule is. We might have some people in the waiting room, right?
I've been watching. There's nobody in the waiting room.
No one have. Are they supposed to click on? When I sent the Zoom, they click on the thing and it says the host is waiting.
Oh, they click on the link. It should put them in the waiting room.
Pardon?
If they click on the link, it should put them in the waiting room.
Oh, okay. All righty. So why don't I play a song and go in and see what's happening in there? All right.
Oh, sure. What do you want to play?
And so I'm going to play a pentatonic song that I was supposed to play on my last show. It's my favorite things. With Once Upon a December. I think I'm right on this, Peter. Let's try it and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, if it's another song, accept whatever song it is.
I got it.
Know that I'm crazy.
Okay.
All right.
We'll take
I'll be right back. I'm going right there, and then I'm taking a left into another room and another left, and then I'll see my relative.
Don't get lost.
Yeah, don't get lost. You have 3 minutes.
All right. Bye.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, rockies that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things.
Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels,
Doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles,
wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings.
these are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Support for community radio on WSKB provided by Westfield Electroplating. Employing over 140 skilled platers, painters, and technicians, Westfield Electroplating was founded in 1946 and was the first company in the country to achieve National Aerospace and Defense Contractor Program accreditation, proudly maintaining that status for over a decade. Westfield Electroplating provides over 50 quality finishes to meet your corrosion, cosmetic, or performance needs. On the web at www.westfieldplating.com or 413-568-3716. Westfield Electroplating, putting the finishing touches on technology.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Hello, kids.
Wow, it's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. It is January 3rd. 363 more days to go this year. And Peter is trying to get our Wisconsin thing settled. Did you see? I sent you every one of the contacts there, Pete.
Haven't gotten it yet. I'm still waiting for that.
Oh, from me and or whatever.
I sent it to BB Homan. I had that on my list here.
Oh, gotcha. And maybe BB can send it off to everybody else. Chris. Oh, my friend Home. Chris Homan. You can send to Chris Homan. I think we got him somewhere. So at any rate, while we're waiting, did you get good Christmas gifts, Rick Barry?
Yeah, I got a couple of nice things. Actually, Michelle bought me a nice antique lantern.
A nice antique lantern.
Yes.
And where's it going to go?
It's actually was Brian Grady found it and he added lights into it, so it's going to go outside on our patio during the summer. And right now it's sitting next to the fireplace in our living room. And it lights up, and it's got a red lens on it, a red glass.
A red light?
It's got a red glass globe. So it is a either nautical. I haven't looked up where this particular one was used. It's
You're
either
starting your own red light district or something?
Yes, I am. It's either nautical or it is a safety on a railroad or a fire station.
Okay.
It could be in the red light district in Amsterdam.
It could be. Yeah, it's an old oil lamp, which is kind of cool. And I had a smaller one that I had given to our friends Dana and Lisa up at Skyline to hang in the thing, and that's where one of the names of their beers came from.
Oh, wow!
So,
wow! Oh, I think we have one of the Homans. Chris Homan is connecting. There's Chris.
He dropped off.
Oops. Wait 1 second. Of course, this is
live to tape.
Huh? Pardon?
He connected and then he dropped off.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So if he connects back up again, but he at least got through.
All right. Yeah. So they named one of their beers after the name of the small lantern, and this is a little larger lantern. That's got the name Dietz on it, and I haven't had a chance to do any researching onto where it came from.
Oh, gotcha.
But the other one is called the Little Whiz, which was used actually in the railroad as a marker on the back end of a caboose.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
The Little Whiz. Yeah, it was actually called the Little Wizard. So, and they named
That's what my parents called me that when I was young.
The Little Wizard or the Little Whiz?
No, the Little Whiz. Yeah, I was like that little.
And I'm afraid to ask.
Belgium.
I'm afraid to ask why they called you that, Bob.
That's why they called it the Little Whiz. Yeah, and then when I got smart, then I became like a whiz kid.
Do we really need to go there, Bob?
No. Hey, I have an idea. Since I'm in the same house as the people who are in the next room,
I'm sending it to everybody now, Bob. Relax.
Oh, all right. Okay.
You sent it to my city email.
Oh my God!
Don't worry, I'm working on
it. Okay, so you
keep chatting, Bob, and I'll
Peter, Rick,
yes.
Would you recite a poem while I'm gone? I'm just going to tell them to go back to the email.
I don't know any poems. The one I have, I can't say on the air. So.
Oh, all right.
It was a limerick. It's a limerick. So.
Oh, really? Is it a
yes.
Christmas limerick?
Not really.
Not really. No.
No. It has to do. It has to do with an island off of the Cape.
Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Two of you talk amongst yourself. I'm going to tell Jeff and Carol to go back to the email. 1 second. Bear with us, folks. Kelly and Ryan don't do this on their show, and this is a very special treat for you to see what it's really like for most of us on Zoom. 1 second.
Bob, they have people for that.
Yes, they have people. We don't have people.
We have people, but they're all sitting in the studio. Those are our people. All right. I bet you'll find out that somebody got in.
Yes. Oh, here's Jeff.
Yes, another. We got another Homan checking in.
He's got to start the video.
Yeah. This is a train wreck.
Yeah.
Oy vey.
How did you guys do without me?
We're doing just Ducky, Bob.
We're perfectly fine without you. No, we're not. We're not good without you, Bob.
Well, no, as my personal assistant, Rick, you can never say that you're never. Oh, what did you say? I just want to write it down for you.
We're never okay without you.
That was good. Okay, very good. Yes, yeah. Now,
And if you're buying that,
Yes.
yes, and you see Jeff Homan right there. Is he frozen now at the moment?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, Jeff. No,
You guys might be too far away from the
there's
Wi-Fi.
Carol. Pardon?
How much Wi-Fi do you have there, Bob?
I have no idea. I'm going to invite them to the kitchen. Yeah.
Are you guys
Oh, is
all?
that good?
Are you guys all in the same building or something?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. We
they're-
are all in the same building.
Everybody.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello, Carol. Do you hear me? All right. Now watch this. Watch what I'm going to do.
Oh.
Right. I'm going to talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves, Peter.
Okay,
and
we're
Rick.
talking amongst ourselves again.
Yes. Go ahead. Let me
There
hear
seems
you.
to be quite a delay in.
They're all trying to suck up the same amount of bandwidth. Is probably what it is, Rick. What do you think?
I think so.
Let's go out to the kitchen.
Now, when they all go into the kitchen, here's the other problem. When they all go into the kitchen, they're all going to be on Zoom, and they're going to feed back on each other if they're all on Zoom. I've been down this road before.
Look at this. How is this?
That's
this
much
good?
better. Yeah. Now you can see them frozen and live.
This is, there we are. Wait a minute. Here, I'm going to sit in your lap, Jeff.
No.
No.
Thank God.
Good choice.
Brother-in-law.
Good choice.
Somebody with some sense.
This is my brother-in-law, Jeff Homan, Jeffrey Boyd Homan. This is my lovely daughter-in-law. What are you? You're my sister-in-law.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. My sister-in-law, Carol Lynn Weir Homan.
No.
What was it?
Let's just
Dawson Megan. Carol Dawson Megan Hogan. Yeah. And they are the ones that put up with me, guys.
Now we can hear. Hold on a second. Let me
What
take
is
it.
going on?
Well, hold on. Let me put them in the waiting room. There we go. Now we'll be fine.
Now we're fine.
Yes, and I got to change the video back here. Now, boom. Look, there we go.
Oh, good.
Bob,
Oh,
you're throwing me all kinds of problems.
honest to God, yeah. I wonder if Chris, did you get you've sent it out?
Yes,
to Chris
Bob, I did. You're good.
Okay, good. So I'm hoping that they're having as a fun time as we are. Aren't we having a fun time?
This is what happens every Tuesday morning.
It's great.
Yes, this is.
Obviously, you watch the show, so you know that it's a flaming air disaster every time we go on the air with Bob.
Every time I'm away from the studio, this happens.
Okay. This happens in the studio too.
Oh, it happens in the studio.
So it's Bob, is what you're saying.
No, but Bob starts with a script. You guys probably saw that, and that gets torpedoed at about 6:03 a.m. So we just go with the flow, and luckily Rick and I are smart enough to keep up and just kind of fill in the blanks for Bob as we go along for the 2 hours of the show.
Yes,
That's perfect.
Awesome.
That's right. It's good training for when I'm in the home.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, these guys. These guys are really well. Would you hand me my beer, please? Rick, you're gonna love this.
Rick
Look.
is the true beer aficionado.
Yeah. Look at this.
That looks like a red ale.
What do we do? No. You're gonna love this, Rick.
It's the Great Lakes Christmas Ale.
Ooh.
Great Lakes
Great
Christmas
Lakes
Ale.
Christmas Ale.
Are you bringing some home for us, Bob?
On the plane?
Would you?
Are you flying home or are you driving home?
Can I get on a plane with that?
No, well, not in your carry-on though, but on your checked baggage you can. If you pack it right, it'll survive.
Do I have to pack it in like some kind of?
I would wrap it in your clothing and
Yeah,
your
probably not a good
soft
idea.
clothing and stuff like that
Am
in a
I
Ziploc bag.
hiding it?
In a Ziploc bag, and Ziploc bag, and wrap it in your clothing and stuff like that. It should be signed. The Great Lakes Brewing Company love their stuff.
It's a 7.5.
That's a good beer.
7.5 alcohol?
Yes, Bob, you're going to get blasted on that.
Oh my God! And you know what? We're also having here. You're having a Smittix.
I like Smittix, yeah.
Red ale.
I haven't had a Smittix in a while.
Hey, Rick, are we going for a beer after the taping of the show?
We're going to need one.
Okay, good.
Shub, if you mind passing over the pretzels, this is
The
Carol's.
pretzels?
Yeah, we call this Carol's addictive pretzel.
Right.
Carol's addictive pretzel.
They are.
You eat one,
then
you can stop.
Right.
Well,
right.
Bob, I got a question for you. Did you get a chance to drink the stout that I gave you?
Oh my God, you guys! Rick provides the mint for a particular company.
Yeah, Rustic Brewing Company out of Springfield.
What's the name of it?
Rustic Brewing.
Oh.
Rustic Brewing out of Springfield, and he calls it Mint Night Ale.
Okay.
And
it's Midnight Dream. It's the Midnight Dream. Yeah, it's a chocolate mint stout. The mint that I grow is actually chocolate mint, and they actually use it in the brewing process to make it, and then it's aged on cocoa nibs.
Aged on cocoa nibs.
Yeah.
What are those?
Nibs.
Cocoa nibs. What's that mean?
It's a little bits of cocoa from the tree.
Yeah, not sweetened, unprocessed.
Yeah, unsweetened cocoa.
Do you understand what they're saying?
Yes.
I thought that the cocoa nibs were what I have in movies,
No.
Those little things that have the little white sprinkles on the top. No. Well, I drank it. I saved it for. It was the night after. It was the last Wednesday or 2 weeks ago Wednesday. Whenever you gave it to me,
yeah.
I waited at night because I put it in the fridge because I wanted to have it be a special event, and consequently, it became this great thing.
Okay.
Because I put it in the glass. I made shrimp scampi that night. It goes very well with shrimp scampi.
We'll add it to the pairing list.
I can't wait to buy them. Could these guys buy that online?
Unfortunately, no. It's not available outside of the brewery. I know a few small package stores have it. Rustic Brewing is actually a nano brewery, so they're
it's run by grandmothers.
Yeah, nano, not nana.
Nano.
That means that they produce in small batches. I think they're like 5 gallon or 5 barrel system is what they're brewing on right now. So
very small.
Yeah, very small.
Hey everybody, I have to introduce. Look below me, right in the center square there, is Christian Homan, our music. He's on everybody who listens to the show, all 17 of them.
Yeah.
All right, it's a cult.
Yeah.
This is the musical director. You guys have met him before. I think, Peter, you've met. Have you met these guys? Chris, you've met these. Oh, he's gone. Oh.
No, I'm just changing. Bob, I'm just
come on
changing my
back.
background.
He's changing his background.
Oh, he's changing his background. I thought that background looked perfectly nice.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Ours is our refrigerator.
Yeah, would you mind getting up and pointing out people on the refrigerator? Go, stand up and point people out.
No.
Oh,
There's a lot of grandchildren up there. I will not go there. That's okay.
Carol has 75 grandchildren.
We can steal backgrounds, right, Bob? This is Bob's usual background.
That's my
There,
usual.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Chris, that looks fabulous. That's great.
I was hoping to remove one that named my employer, but here we are. So
they can get a free plug. We don't mind.
No, we're in actuality, maybe we'll get him some clients because we're taping on the weekend here, so consequently, Chris is able to join us because ordinarily he would be working his tail off from home.
He ordinarily would.
Yeah. Chris, is it a terrible burden on you to be our musical director?
Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm not mute. No, it's not. I love it. Every Sunday, I look forward to picking out a song for you, Bob.
Really?
Yes.
And he is responsible for many of those songs, you guys, Peter and Ricardo, that we all go, what is that? What is that? And you have this, where'd you get that sense from, Chris?
I don't know. You know, I work at home and I work alone, so a lot of the stuff I listen to, as you notice, is instrumental. Yeah, I don't know. I just just a deep listener of all genres. So.
Yeah. You play music while you're working?
Yeah, definitely. Music on podcasts or NPR or whatever. Yeah, radio.
Really?
Bob.
Wow, I can't. Can you do that? Can you play music while you're doing work or reading a book or anything?
I like to have background noise.
Yeah.
You have to have background noise, all of you?
I do, yeah.
Unless I'm doing a big video edit or something where I really need to listen to the audio.
Right.
I like to have some background noise while I'm just sitting there doing busy work. Yeah.
Wow. No.
I've been listening to The West Wing because Headline News has been playing The West Wing during the holiday season.
Right.
So as I'm doing all my processing work, I've just been listening to The West Wing in the background.
Oh my gosh! Wow. But how do you follow a plot when you've got it in the background?
You can still hear it. Yeah, you can still hear it. If you want, you can glance over to your second screen and take a look at it. But yeah, I'm just getting stuff done.
Wow. Well, Chris Homan actually had you learned a lot from your father. What are some things that you learned from your father?
Keep it clean.
Topics, Bob.
Huh?
This wasn't on our list of topics for today.
It wasn't listed in the topic. Yeah.
We went over that, Chris, as you were coming on. That gets torpedoed after about the first 45 seconds.
Yeah.
I know. Trust me, I'm a listener many years from day one. So I know the agenda goes out the window pretty quick. Dad is a very handy guy, so a lot of the usefulness I take from him certainly, or try to.
Did you ever go out trapping with him?
When I was little.
You did, because this guy is a trapper and actually ran his own exterminating company.
Animal damage control. If people were having problems with particular animals, everything from mice up. I didn't do bugs and sprays and stuff like that. Didn't do poisons.
So the animals had to be on 4 feet. Did you ever do a 2 foot? Are there 2 foot animals other than my brother on weekends?
Birds.
Okay.
Sure.
What birds have it? What birds are you?
Birds are a nuisance, Bob. You don't realize that they're not. No. Some of them are nice to look at, but most of them are just a nuisance. They build nests in your attic, in your garages, and everything.
Exactly right. English sparrows, pigeons, starlings were all invasive species brought to this country and cohabitate so well with people that they frequently cause problems plugging up vents for stove exhausts, dryers, bathroom vents. They will peck at the little plastic flaps on the outside until they've got one broken, and then they will nest inside and they'll plug everything up.
And so how do you catch a flying object? I mean, like I can do it. What do you call those things? The
frisbee.
I can catch a frisbee, but not a bird. No.
You have to clean out the nesting material first, which is number one, a massive fire problem inside houses.
Mm-hmm.
And then redo the ductwork going to the outside, and then put a guard of some kind around the outside vents so that the birds cannot get back in.
Do the birds live there during the wintertime?
Yes, definitely.
Because I don't picture birds in the wintertime. I mean, like what animals are nesting in my house now during the wintertime?
In your house?
Yeah, right now. Other than James, the
probably bats.
human squirrel.
Yeah. Bats, mice, chipmunks, could be birds.
Squirrels. Squirrels. Red squirrels.
Red squirrels
Yep.
are a big problem. Flying squirrels. Flying squirrels are a problem because they live in large communal groups. There can be up to 20 to 30 of them.
Really?
And so what's the how do you get rid of? Do you have a problem with flying red squirrels?
I do at my house. I did at my house. Yes, I did humanely. Not dispose of them, but move them along. I should say.
Where? To the happy hunting ground in the sky?
Nope. I did not do that. I moved them to a better location for them than in my attic of my house.
Yeah.
As long as it's not West Silver Street.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Well, the hardest thing is finding all the entrances and then getting those closed up.
Yes.
And then taking care of the animals from there on. But keeping everything closed up is kind of a home maintenance problem.
Yes, it is.
Chris, have you ever had that lovely woman that has joined us is Jennifer Homan.
They can't see her yet, Bob. I'm working on that.
You can't see her yet. Well, wait till you see her. She's beautiful.
And I'll tell you, you know who tipped me off to these squirrels in the attic? Was my dog.
Oh yeah.
Was my dog. She would sit and stare at one certain space in the ceiling at right near the door, and we thought she always wanted to go out, but she would just sit there and stare at it until I started hearing noises. And she would, in the middle of the night or early morning is when she would hear them, and she would stand there and just stare. She wouldn't bark. She would just stare at it because she didn't know what it was.
But you could hear the scratching that you couldn't hear because it was too light.
Yes, she
Or
could.
you could smell them or
Yep. And then I finally started to hear it when they were moving around more and more. So.
Wow. It's humane, right? To get rid of. I always feel guilty. I had an experience this week with a spider that I didn't want to get rid of. Honest to God. So I said to myself, how do you get rid of it? This is true. How do you get rid of the spider without humanely? So what I did was I brought him out to the frigid cold and I let him go outside. And I thought, now you're on your own. I mean, I don't get blamed for this, do I?
And the first thing they'll do is try to get back in.
They'll get back into the house?
Sure.
Well, there's a reason they got to the warm spot to begin with.
Oh my God. Holy mother.
And the problem with relocating animals is frequently they don't survive. If you catch an animal alive and take it someplace and release it, thinking you're doing it a huge favor, what you've done is introduced it to a new area where it doesn't have shelter, it doesn't have food, it doesn't have water. And especially like in the place of squirrels, they're so territorial that if it's not part of the family and it isn't breeding season and somebody's not looking for a mate, they won't let it eat and it'll just starve to death.
Oh. So what do you do when it starves to death and starts to rot inside of your house? What do you do, Carol?
What would you do?
What do? You light more candles, don't you?
Of course.
Yeah.
I call my husband. There you go.
Yeah. Chris, would you like to introduce that lovely woman? Is Jenny on the screen right now?
Yep, we got her.
Hello.
Christopher?
Yeah, that's my wife, Jenny. Like Bob said, we live in Kenosha. Jenny and I, we have 2 kids. And as the musical director, that's another reason that some of my song selections are occasionally children's music. You can see my oldest daughter in the background a little bit behind her. That's Lauren.
Can't see her. Where are you?
Oh, my God.
She's hiding.
She is so incredible.
Oh,
Jenny, where are you? Are you driving in a car?
Well, we were at
can't hear you.
And it. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. We were at Costco, and I didn't think I'd be able to make it home in time.
Oh, so you were at Costco. Did you have lunch? Are they giving out the...
Yeah, we should have had lunch there. We went to Five Guys and probably spent
10 times the amount that we would have spent at Costco on lunch.
Instead of a $2 hot dog, you get a $15 hamburger.
There you go.
Oh, but they have those free peanuts, don't they?
No.
They do. They do.
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
Yeah.
we never go in.
Do you guys eat at the Five Guys in Westfield?
Yeah, I have.
No.
Only place in town they have Mellow Yellow.
I'm not paying $10 for fast food items.
It's a really good burger, Bob.
Is
It
it?
is.
It's
It
a
is.
great burger. I don't know if it's worth the money, but it's a good burger.
It is a good burger, but it's
Go-
not worth the money.
Have you ever been to Vegas? Nothing's worth the money, and it's good there too.
Well, let's ask Christian, who is probably wondering what he's going to have for dinner now that
Not Jenny.
Jenny and his children have had a Five Guys lunch. Chris?
I already know tonight we're having pizza. We're taking the kids bowling after this, and probably.
Oh, we'll have fun.
Yeah,
The
Good
bowling alley has really good pizza. Surprisingly.
Oh. And is it big balls or small balls, if you pardon the expression?
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Do you mean is it candlepin, Bob? Candlepin's a New England thing.
Yeah.
They don't have candle pins out here? You know what those
They have no idea what you're talking about, Bob.
Tell us what that is.
Yeah.
Candlepin is they're like matchsticks. They look like little matchsticks, and you get 3 balls instead of 2. And you can mark on the second ball, but you can get all 10 pins on the third ball.
Yes.
Oh.
And there
It's a New England thing. Like duck pin is kind of a
Interesting.
Midwest thing.
Yeah.
Duck pin and then full sizes
Yes,
all
duck
across
pin.
the country.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys are doing, duck pin? We don't
No.
have duck pin in our area.
If you ever,
Milwaukee has duck pin.
Yep.
Yeah.
If
So
you
does
ever, if you
Hartford.
if you ever played bocce, the ball that is about the same size as a candlepin ball.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, God.
No, the kids here just use regular sized balls and just push them with both hands.
Oh, yeah, the bumpers.
But then they put the bumpers up so that they're not throwing gutter balls all the time.
I like having the bumpers up myself. That's how I bowl.
You can bowl with strategy with bumpers.
How often do you
Can I do a Z pattern down the lane is what the bumpers are for.
Chris Homan, how often do you and your family bowl?
Once or twice a year, very rarely.
Very.
We're
So this is why it's such a special event.
Are you going to go with them, Bob?
No.
I was going to say, I want video of that.
I did.
We're seeing the harmonics.
We're going to see a group like Pentatonics tonight, so I won't be able to join Chris and Jenny, although they could have invited me.
I know, we didn't get invited.
Yeah.
No.
Speaking of that, Chris, would you explain to the listeners of our regular show? Do you remember Peter and Rick? We were talking about when you get kicked out of a house that you are.
That never happened.
Do you remember this, Chris? Explain to our viewers.
Yeah, so Bob was talking about a trip to the Midwest where my folks had ended up putting you up in a hotel for the night for some reason. You couldn't remember why. I think Bob, they wanted you to leave. And I
have your shot.
I couldn't remember. My mom said she thought that they were traveling or something like that and didn't want to leave you there alone. So, but I don't know.
Well, Rick and Peter are sure that you kicked us out because we began to smell like day-old cheese.
No,
I never said that.
We said you drove them nuts.
Yeah.
What did you?
That you drove them nuts, and it's like, yeah, there's a nice hotel down the street you could stay at.
It never happened. I don't know where he
All
thought
right,
about
I'm putting you on the witness stand.
I don't know what he's talking about. Never heard of that before in my life.
I have no recollection of that transcription of that transpiring.
Yes, we have it on tape and it's there forever.
But it's still BS.
Yeah, it never happened. I would never do that to them.
What's the nicest thing about having us here at your house?
Oh, the laughs.
Oh, the laughs.
Oh, yeah, the laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, everybody needs to be quiet because we have to clear something up.
Now you know the rest of the story.
Thank you.
It is true that at one visit they did stay at a hotel, but that was because one of the kids was getting married, and we
Right.
already had like a house full of people staying there, and simply there was no room in the inn.
Right.
So
Nice.
Nice. Mary and I went to the Holiday Inn later that month when the Messiah, the kings visited us. Actually, they were queens that visited James and I later that month.
I have no doubt.
Yeah, there was a star in the east, and something happened. I don't know. At any rate.
But Bob is wonderful with these kids. Oh my gosh. He's like a magnet.
Yes,
Like
they
one
love
of these
him.
up here in
Yeah.
the
Yes.
You know, there's something about children, especially when you watch them grow from year to year. I don't know. Do you find that, like Jenny, do you find that you find something new in your children every day? Or do they, as they
Yes,
watch
I
them-
tried. Yeah, I find myself sometimes saying to Chris, like, gosh, I can't believe how big or how different, or, you know, you look at them and then you feel like, my gosh, they're changing so fast.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Chris,
Right,
do you-
Lauren?
Oh, yeah. Oh, will
Where
she?
are you, honey?
Where are you? Oh, yeah. Oh, look at
Well,
that.
her debut, her screen debut is not going so well.
That's
Oh. Well,
Some
look.
people are shy. They don't know you. They're fine.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the best Bob bit we have had recorded in 7 years of Bob Plass? Do you remember this? Do you know what bit?
No.
Oh, Bob, you've heard this one. Ready?
Tell you what I want. I can't even. I'm going to see if I can do it slowly. Tell you what I want. What I really, really want. Tell you what I want. What I really, really, what I want is this song to end.
He just did the
Wheelie
William,
Wheelie.
He just did the William Shatner version.
The wheelie.
This was plain torture. Chris, I grew up with a speech impediment. Do you remember? I would say, like, if your kid has has trouble saying R's, you don't name them Wobbert.
No.
Wobbert and Richard.
Robert and Richard. Okay.
So that was my problem, really.
I recorded this during a show. We do a show called Making the List, and you have to do a song around a topic, and everybody rates a song. So the topic that was picked was songs Bob Plass will hate, and Bob Plass, that was some Lady Gaga song, I think, or something like that. No, it was the Spice Girls.
Spice Girls.
And the song that the first time we ever gave a 0 to any song was Bob played the Hallelujah chorus, because he wanted a palate cleanser, that he picked his song as a song he would love. So everybody gave it a 0. And the rapper Old Dirty BB, I'll blank out the word because there's kids around. Old Dirty B won the show with a 10 out of 10.
I lost the show, which was the theme was songs that I would hate.
It was the most novel idea we've ever come up with for the show.
It was terrible. Terrible.
Well, we did happen to hear a song for this Christmas season that Bob loved. It was by Stacey Musgraves and Willie Nelson, that said, "I hope you have a Willie, Willie, Willie nice Christmas."
Have you heard this song?
No, I have not. It just sounds
I
bad.
want to play it sometime. I really, really want to hear it.
Willie, Willie, nice Christmas.
Hey, Chris Homan, you selected a song for us to we can all take a little break here. You selected a song for us by a group. Tell us about this song.
It's just a guy, Mekhi McCraven, right? Jazz percussionist.
Yes.
Yeah, Chicago-based percussionist. Again, an instrumental track. I'm sorry, Bob. I know you like words in the song, but at least it's upbeat and short.
Upbeat and short. Sometimes I say to Chris, we need a vocal. We need or whatever, and he'll send me this beautiful thing, and it will be. It won't be. It will be an instrumental or whatever, or it might be a little too long or whatever. And he's, since you raised your son, is the nicest person in the entire world.
We think so.
You know, he's pretty. It's pretty special.
We'll keep him.
So
anyways, one of my favorites from 2022, and I figure it's appropriate for the end of the year to start looking back and forward. So.
Yeah, it's so good, and it's called Usmanji or something. What is it called?
Something like that, yeah.
Peter will repeat it for us. Who's something? U.S.
So Ubuji.
So, oh yeah. So Abuji.
So Abuji.
Does
All
that
right, Bob,
mean-
let's get to the music. We got somebody waiting in the wings here.
Oh my gosh, we got other people.
Yes.
Okay. So Abuji, picked by Christian Homan, as I live and breathe. He's right on the show with us today. And here's Micaiah. What's the name of Micaiah McCraven?
McCraven.
Micaiah McCraven.
Yep.
That famous Irish play.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield. Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning. It is January 3rd, everyone, 2023 and counting. How did it happen? I don't understand it. We are in a new year. I hope yours was wonderful. Happy New Year, you guys. I am doing the Homan. This is actually, it is a pilot for a show like the Brady Bunch, only it's called the Homan Bunch. But we have to come up with another name. That's not the Homan Gang. It's the Homan. No. Hanging with the Homans. How's that?
Homan for the holidays.
Homan for the holidays.
I like it.
This is perfect. Oh my God, we've got a tradition now, you guys. We've got a tradition. I have to introduce everyone that's here. Up above us, of course, are my personal assistant, Rick Berry.
Hey, Bob.
You all see.
What you see on the Zoom screen is a little bit different. Look on the little monitor that has all 6 of you in the boxes. That's where you point to people. You're right in the middle on the top.
That?
Look on the screen. See the one with the background on it, Bob? What are we feeding you? What am I feeding you?
Oh my God! Look at this. This is like we're at Cinerama. Or something.
No, it's like you're on the network news, Bob.
Network news. Right there's
everyone in their boxes there.
Is that Greta Van Susteren? I wondered what happened to her. No.
She got more Botox and she's out the pasture.
She's not. Listen, I travel in beautiful circles. My spouse, who refuses to be on the show because he's afraid he'll say something unfiltered.
We've had him on the show, Bob. I want to do a one-on-one taped interview with James and just pick his brain and just talk to him, because that would be one of the most fascinating interviews I ever do. I honest to God. I've told him that he won't do it.
Yeah. He's up there writing a book or something upstairs. All right. So, look, I travel in great circles. That was Peter Coles, the producer of my show. He is always there. He is the kitten of the keys, as we call him. He has all the buttons and everything. Then there's my personal assistant, who I pay to travel with me and to make sure that my mind is kept in order. Is that correct, Rick?
I'm overworked. I'm overwhelmed. I need an assistant.
It's true.
All right. Now, over to my right, is that right? Over to my right is the beautiful Jennifer Homan.
She's way to your right.
She's over. Am I pointing in the right direction? Yeah,
she's below you.
She's below you in the
Jenny,
box, in the lower box.
She is in a car leaving town now that we've exposed the Homan family to the airways, and there in the back is her daughter. Look, Lauren is in the back seat. Lauren, you want to? Oh no, this is her big debut, and no,
she's got. That's outstanding. Good job, Lauren.
Protection program.
Yes.
That's the
good job, Lauren.
She's in the witness protection.
This is what she's doing behind the book.
Dirty Perky Shark, back flat and Porton, Philip Bucket Burton, Perkaluma Burton, whack a frack slot, back and floated back, coronet, caught back, there's Patton as a trapper, all friggin' paracotta slaughter, and a
That's Lauren behind the covers. That's what she's saying. Now, okay. So then below, right directly below Jen is Christian Homan, who is got an official title. He is our Wisconsin music director, and he's the person that provides all of the music for us. And now Jenny is into rubber carpeting. No, rubber flooring. Rubber flooring. So I got to ask a question.
So that's industrial flooring then.
Industrial flooring.
Sports flooring.
Sports flooring. Okay.
Sports flooring.
Yep.
My God, I'll never see that. That's for sure. Then Christian is insurance. Okay. He is in insurance, and he can tell us anything about claims. And then over here down below, these new people, and they're being joined by two other. Oh my God, look at this. It's the King family. Okay. Look. This is sort of like Andy Williams, when he had those Christmas specials. Andy, this is Luke Landwehr. Do you pronounce it as if they were in Germany?
No, I typically don't, but people try to sometimes. It sometimes makes an awkward moment for everybody. But
but so you were, instead of your Landwehr.
I always tell the kids at school, land like you land an airplane and wear like you wear your shirt.
Landwehr.
And then from there, and then we go from there.
I say land like you walk on, and where like where am I?
Oh. Now, okay, so look at that was Courtney. All right. Courtney is the mother. Luke is the father. They are both educators, and their children are directly behind them. Now, the littlest one right there seems to be a boy as I live and breathe. All their names begin with E.
This is Elliot.
Elliot with two. Hi, Elliot, do you have two T's in your name?
Yes.
And how many? You have two L's in your name?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Would you introduce the two lovely girls behind you?
Behind you, bud.
Who is that?
You got to point to him, too.
Point to, you have to point to.
Elsie and Eleanor.
Elsie and Eleanor. Eleanor. Now, Elsie is the middle child. Is that correct? Elsie,
Fuck.
yeah, come right over here. What do you do for a living, Elsie?
What
do you do for a living?
Go to school.
Yeah.
School. Eleanor, what do you do for a living?
No, I just roll with it.
You just roll with it? Are you the person that manages the money in the Landwehr family?
Yep.
You are the one. How are they doing?
Perfect.
Perfect.
Go to the keys right now.
Fabulous. Now, what is it like to have your father and mother be teachers in the school that you are in?
It's pretty funny.
Is it?
It's funny.
Why?
That's not the answer we rehearsed.
Hey, I got a better one for you. The principal of my elementary school was best friends with my aunt, and she was a sister of St. Joseph. So not only was she a nun, but she was the principal of my elementary school. So I got nothing over on anybody.
You had no chance.
I had no chance. And then in my Catholic high school, she told all the nuns there. So the first day that I walked through the doors, every nun in the building and every teacher knew who I was.
Is that the same way everybody knows who the kids of the Landwehr's are because they know that there's a teacher down the hall that can really?
Not me.
Use it to your advantage.
Not me.
Oh my
This
God.
one, she doesn't go to the school that one of us work at, so she hasn't quite experienced that yet, but in 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, not yet.
Yes, yeah. Now, which of the three children right there, Grandma, do you call your grandma, or do you have another cute little nickname for her?
Grandma.
Just plain old Grandma.
Grandma.
I like it.
Grandma. No, could we come up with another name for her, do you suppose?
No, Bob, you don't do that.
No, they are traditionalists.
Mimi
I don't think
or
any of them will go for any
kind of like grandma.
Just plain old Grandma. How do you
Just
spell that?
yes, Mom.
With a G.
How do you spell that, kids?
Huh? Grandma?
Grandma.
G-R-A-N-D-M-A.
They do have two Grandma Carols.
They do have two.
They do have two Grandma Carols.
How do you split that? How do you decide when you say you're going to Grandma Carol's? Is it Grandma Carol 1 and Grandma Carol 2 or Grandma Carol?
Oh, they just
I
go
didn't say Grandma Carol. I'm just like Grandma.
Just Grandma.
Last name.
And you're going to take whatever you get when you arrive at the house.
Wherever you end up.
Yes, yeah. Do you guys all get along as a family?
Us five?
Yeah. all of you.
Yes.
That's one of the joys of going to Wisconsin, everyone out there, because I am, you know how I love Christmas Carol, the Cratchit family and all that. I'm immediately dropped into the Cratchit families when I'm here. And they all are just so loving and so much fun, and their children are smarter than they. No.
Hey, Bob, you mean I can't play this drop?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Ladies and gentlemen.
Do the teacher at the school, the principal at my school is that Mrs. person. Do that one for them.
What?
What the principal says to me every time. I say, "What's your name?" And she says, "I'm."
What are you talking about?
Mrs. I'm.
Oh, that one. Yes.
So I
Hold
say,
on. Let me
I'd
scroll.
like you to meet my principal. Her name is.
Let me scroll down for that. Hold on.
All right.
I got it
You can
now.
all hear this.
I got it.
Mrs. Cockenlocker.
Mrs. Cockenlocker.
That was actually
That's
a
my
character in a
principal
radio
at my
play we
school.
did. No.
Elliot. My principal's name is Mrs. Cockenlocker.
Mrs. Cockenlocker.
There she is. Yeah.
It was a character in a radio play we did.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was
That
actually a murder
part of
mystery.
Oh, that was the murder mystery.
Yeah, that was the one that Michael McMahon wrote that we all did, and it was about a mystery writer where the what's it the female victim comes to life with the writer, and they work out the murder mystery during the radio play.
I gotcha. And during the radio, the kids are leaving. We bored them to death. Yeah.
They were worried about
Jenny's
Cockenlocker.
right there. You're not driving Jenny in this all this madness, are you? Are you parked in a suspicious place?
She's at
I hope you're
she's at Costco.
She's taking out the Costco ad.
Well, no, I'm at the DMV. I was going to pull into the detention center, but I thought I probably shouldn't do that. So we're at the DMV.
You're at
We
the
were
DMV.
heading home from Costco.
I see.
What'd you get?
But the DMV.
Everything. Yeah, the DMV.
Could Jenny
Well-
get somebody from the DMV if they get in the car? Can they be on the show?
I'll be like, okay. They can drive. They take your driver's test.
I want you to do a shout out to the person that asked
the person gets in the
pull down
car-
the window. Right, look, what do we,
If
we'll
that
pull
person
down the
gets in the
window
car,
and
Jenny
we want
can
you to
pick
get
whatever
the
picture
first
she
person
wants on
that
her
comes
ID.
by to be on the show.
I can't do that.
Do that.
I can't.
Bob, we're not doing Man on the Street.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that. All right. Okay. All right.
I'm out of
Okay.
ideas.
I'm
No,
also
no,
in the
no,
back
no.
of the parking lot, so.
Yeah. Luke and Courtney, you're on vacation. How long does the Wisconsin children have? Well, how long do they have for Christmas vacation?
This week we'll go back on the 3rd.
Right on the third. So you have the day after Christmas.
Same as everybody else. Yeah, we come back on the 3rd here, Bob.
Oh,
Yeah.
we do. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Bob
Well,
does
you-
his show in a technical high school. So we're in a school right now, and right now because there's basketball practice today, and just I'm the only one here. I think even the custodians are gone now.
Oh wow! We
During
have
COVID, it was great. It was like I Am Legend around here. Like literally, I was the only one like in the entire building. Even the custodians weren't here, and because it's the lower campus of this school is enormous. I heard footsteps on the roof one day, and I ran out there and I go, the kids are running across the roof. And as they're running around the corner, I'm yelling, I'm going, get off the roof. They're going, sorry. And they're booking around the corner. I was like,
Who was it? Prancer, Dancer, and Vixen?
yeah, it was probably Curtis, Luke, and
Blitzen.
somebody.
Yeah. Well, so Court and Luke, tell us what you teach exactly.
Well, we actually teach the same thing, just at different grade levels. That's adorable, isn't it? We're both ESL teachers. We're English as a second language teachers.
English as a second language. So,
and I'm in middle school, age 6th through 8th grade, and Courtney's in the elementary school, K through 5.
is there a difference in teaching somebody an English as a second language as an older child rather than a younger child?
Yes, definitely. As a younger child, it's a lot of letter sounds, just the way that English is different than their native language, and just the learning to read stuff. Whereas he usually has kids who already know how to read in their native language, so it gets a little bit different.
Yeah, and it's a lot of translating content to make it accessible for older kids. And we try to work in as much phonics work as we can as we go, but sometimes your curriculum takes the priority.
Okay. Could you try a phonics what do you call it? Exercise with all of us that we could try? Try. Courtney, go ahead. You try it, and then we'll do one for...
Bob, why do you always put people on the spot like that?
Oh, gosh.
No. Because Carol leaned over to me earlier, and she said, I hope Courtney does a phonics lesson, because
Is that what you said, Carol? That was nice.
That's what she said.
Not.
Bob now sowing dissension in the ranks.
Yes.
No, I know what we can do. Here you go, Bob.
Okay.
All right. So when you teach the vowel sounds, you start with the short vowels. Okay. So then you have to start with O is hard, but I'll take Bob in honor of you. So O is a hard vowel to teach because it says actually several different sounds, not just a long and a short. So in Bob, it sounds like ah, right? So if I say Bob, but we're going to change the first letter from a B to a U, what word do you get?
All right. Jenny, this is your chance. If you change, go ahead.
I only know rubber flooring.
Smart answer.
Christian, would you like to try, please? Try this. Now, say it again, Courtney, slowly, because he has only been speaking for 45 years.
Right.
English. And he is your brother, for God's sake.
Okay. Do you want me to do the same example?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So one exercise that we do to practice vowel sounds and letter sounds is change the first. Oh, there goes my video. Okay. Anyways, so if the word is Bob, we're going to change it from B-ob, change the B to a U. What word do you get? Oh, I can't hear you.
Chris is thinking. What is it?
Sorry, you can hear me. Lob.
There you go.
Lob.
All right. If we change it from lob to change the U to a
Carol, would you like to try that one?
Mob. All right, there you go.
Give us a hard one.
Oh my gosh.
Luke.
Give us one for an advanced person, because this person is advanced here.
Oh, okay. So if I have, let me see here. I have the word Jim. We're going to change the J to a sh.
Jim.
Or a ch. There you go. Those are hard, Bob.
Try that.
Digraphs are tricky. English doesn't make a lot of sense.
Jim. All right. Now, Luke, would you like to try? Actually, you should try Rick Barry, because he's been sitting up there in the corner.
I'm just listening. I have enough trouble with the English language. Never mind just trying to figure out another language.
Yeah, but you have
English is
people
hard,
here
though,
that can help you too. You have
If
people
you can do English, you could probably learn another language.
Is there any problem that you have with the sounds in English that these folks could help you with?
No, not really. But the first one she was doing, I came up with a different word than what she had said. We took the word Bob. She took the word Bob and she said make the long O. Is that what you had said, or something like that? I don't think I can say what I came up with. But, yeah.
No, change the B, not the
O. Oh, see that's not what I heard. And I was like, oh, okay. There we go. The lovely Zoom, the lovely Zoom that you hear.
Yes. All right. Luke Landwehr. Would you like to try us on a little bit more advanced one?
My scene's a little bit different, actually. We don't do nearly as much of that as I would like to be honest. Most of it is I pull kids out of class and then they come by my office. I have an office that has like a couple of tables in it, and we can house like 4 to 6 kids in there. Yeah. And I teach 3 pull-out classes that are real small numbers. It's not as glorious as it sounds. But then kids will come in with their content. They come to take tests with me and things like that. And I do a lot of re-explaining every once in a while. I explain things to them in the Spanish that I have, which is decent. I'm no slouch from a Spanish perspective.
You can speak Spanish.
I'm pretty good at it. But then I'm also.
Do you speak Spanish with your wife? ever, so that the kids don't understand?
No, not as often. Every once in a while we'll laugh about something, but we should start that actually.
My former sister-in-law married a Cuban that went to Cathedral as well. And when they were young, the kids didn't want to learn Spanish, so they started teasing the kids in Spanish to themselves. And they just started laughing. The kids were like, "What are you laughing about? Like, learn Spanish and figure it out."
Exactly.
That's right.
And Cubans, man, my experience has always been Cubans are very, very quick speakers, man. They are hard to understand. It has always been very difficult for me to pick up on.
Pablo and Sylvia when they started speaking in Spanish, I know a very little bit, and I was like, "You guys got to go slower," and they're like, "Nope."
Yeah. How do you say, Luke? How do you say speak slower in Spanish? This would be very good for us when we go to Cuba.
Hable más despacio, por favor.
You want to try
you
that?
Just speak slower.
No.
Let's try it. Carol.
No.
Hablo más despacio. Hablo más despacio.
Despacio.
Despacio, not despacio.
Like gazpacho?
Yeah, gazpacho. Gazpacho, that's that cold soup. Marjorie Taylor Greene orders that too. I think that's her thing, isn't it? The gazpacho police.
The gazpacho police.
Yeah.
All right. Did you have something for us to try, Luke? Did you have any?
Now, if I would have been prepared to showcase what I was doing at school, I would have brought the hurdle in because I coached track there. So I would have done some running drills or something like that.
Listen, Bob, nobody wants to talk about multiplying fractions in Spanish.
No.
It's school vacation, Bob. That's sacrilegious.
Multiplication, forget it. Oh no.
What time is it right now? It's like 2:40. I'd be, instead of teaching fractions, I'm having like an afternoon beer right now.
We thought there was drinking involved, so he's having an afternoon.
Well, we actually do. What are you drinking?
Well, right now, out of the Milwaukee Brewers Cup, who are having a just disappointing off season, we're drinking a Door County Brewing Company. Everything eventually. It's fantastic.
See, we're in a school.
What is it?
We're in a school, so we can't do that.
Yes.
No, that's fair.
But didn't you say the school is closed?
Yes.
Yeah, but you still can't on school grounds. It's kind of illegal.
See, I should have stayed. I should have stayed home, and I could have joined you at a beer.
Right. When you all
at some point you've got to find the keys to those floor zambonis. Get on those things. That's always been something I've wanted to do.
Could we arrange? Maybe.
Oh, I know how to operate one of those. We have one right down the hall. It's plugged in right now.
We could go for
a floor machine.
Rev it up, man. Rev it up.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna jump off, everybody. I gotta go get ready for the big bowling match.
Well, the car's
okay.
moving.
I didn't even open my beer, Jenny, so I'm at my peak form.
There you go.
Jenny.
Yeah. I'm still terrible.
Jenny, wait a minute, Jenny. Before you jump off, I want to calm you down a bit. So, what was the trend in rubber sport things now? Rubber floors now, sporting floors. Anything that we need to know?
Like well, during COVID, the residential market took off like crazy. Everybody wanted to build home gyms. They wanted to transform or put it in their basement. So that was huge.
Wow.
But still, like, the biggest part of our company is the commercial, the high schools, the colleges.
Right.
Their
would you recommend using that in a home gym? I mean, like, or how about in a kitchen or someplace in a family room? Wouldn't it be nice to have flooring that was bounceable?
I mean, we don't really. So the biggest thing is on some of it, it can indent. It depends on what you're going for. You have people that walk in your house, say they walk in with high heels.
Oh, sure.
You puncture. It just won't look as nice.
We don't let anyone with stilettos into this house.
No.
Right.
Do you deal with the portable
sports
floor?
A lot of it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the sports court, and stuff.
Some of it, yes. That's like the.
That's a brand name.
So Rick
Yep.
Rick is on the is the vice president of the board of directors for the Volleyball Hall of Fame.
So
Are you really?
yes,
Yes, really.
yes, I am. Yes,
Oh.
yep,
Yeah, so that's huge.
Yeah.
The sport court is huge for volleyball.
yes, it is because it's portable and movable, and they can lay it right over a wooden floor in a, in any gym or any sports venue or any venue for that matter.
I threw the Homan claim for a loop on that one.
Yeah.
So this might be a good thing, Rick. You have a connection now to a volleyball floor haven.
Call me, we'll talk.
Yes.
There we are. Christian, this is really good. We're going to make some money here. This is really good.
Yeah, and
we
we're
love
this
you.
is I
We
mean
love your daughter and your son. Oh my God, Benjamin and Lauren Campy. Give us a little look
Bob.
at Lauren.
Bob, does she know you grew up in the town where basketball was invented?
Oh yeah, I know. They all know that basketball
And volleyball?
are right in our area. So
That's right.
They have a family team that we'll spotlight at the Volleyball Hall of Fame. All right. So do we need to take a break or do we just keep on talking?
You're 1 hour and 34 minutes in, Bob.
1 hour and 34 minutes.
Why don't we take a quick break?
So you have about you have till about 4:15.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Or quarter after whatever
So,
hour it is where you are.
Let me see what song is next. You pick a song, Peter, on my list there. What's the next one? I think I had one for.
I've got My Love to Keep You Warm.
Oh,
How about that?
This is perfect. The Andrews Sisters song is perfect because we can all roll out the barrel. Of course, the Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Luke Landwehr wanted us to play the Roll Out the Barrel polka.
That was my request. Yes, they played that at the
Perfect.
7th inning stretch at Brewers games. It's one of the only places in America that does, I think.
So this is a very good recording of the Andrews Sisters, an early recording. Have you ever heard the Andrews Sisters do this?
I have not. No.
Don't. Oh.
Oh my God!
The only
they're great.
roll out the
All
barrel
right,
I've ever heard is at the
everybody
Brewers
hold
game.
up their beer as we play the polka, the beer polka. Jenny, you better not be drinking there in that car.
You're at the DMV.
Oh, look, she's at the DMV. She's going in for her license.
I've seen my grandpa get drunk out of water bottles before, so that's
all
not
right.
schooling anybody.
No.
Yeah,
All right.
Costco has
Here's
a really
the
good
beer bottle.
See.
There's a garden, what a garden. Only happy faces bloom there, and there's never any room there for a worry or a gloom there. Oh, there's music and there's dancing and a lot of sweet romancing. When they play a polka, they all get in the swing. Every time they hear that ooh-pa-pa, everybody feels so tra-la-la. They want to throw their cares away. They all go la-dee-ah-dee-ay. When they hear a rumble on the floor, it's a big surprise they're waiting for. And all the couples form a ring. For miles around you hear them sing. Roll out the barrel, we'll have a barrel of fun. Roll out the barrel, we've got the blues on the run.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at Rockies.com.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday. It is January 3rd, 2023 and counting. There are 362 more days left in the year. I don't know where it went, and we are here. This is a pilot for a new series called Homan for the Holidays. And it stars these two people here.
Who started it?
Yeah. They started it all. This is Jeff and Carol Homan. And then they gave birth to that young woman over beside me, Courtney.
No, that's down below you, Bob. Remember, you're looking in the wrong screen.
Oh, I'm over here. Okay.
No, now you're pointing at Christian.
Oh, I'm not. Wherever there's a woman on the screen.
He's lost. Down below, Bob. Down below.
Can you see the screen with all of us? This is like one of those games at school where we
The
have
six
somebody
boxes,
spin around
Bob.
the bat first.
I can't figure it out.
This is his first time using Zoom, so you got to forgive him.
So,
Bob did the show at home for almost a year, and he still doesn't understand how the Zoom thing works. That's Bob. That's why I feed you back the program screen, so that you can see how I'm sending to the people at the air. They can't see your Zoom screen.
Oh, that's the screen.
Yeah, that one, Bob.
Okay.
So now I got to look over here to figure out where. There's Courtney. Yeah.
Finally,
was birthed by these two people here.
Wait.
These two people here.
There you go.
I'm gonna go on my union break. I'll be back in a minute.
I don't know. All right, and then and there's Christian down there, and then we also have Aaron and his family. Aaron is currently doing psychotherapy. He's a psychotherapist. He met me and he became a psychotherapist. Not sure how
or is it that he needed therapy, Bob, after he met you?
I don't know.
One or the other, right?
Oh, God. We have these long talks. Actually, Aaron and I have these long talks that he is way beyond me now. There was once a time, did you know this, Christian, you must have known this, that your brother and I would have these long talks. And now we have these long talks, and now he's learned so much more than what I know. It's like now I'm in like elementary school, and he's talking to as if he were a college professor. It is so hard. So I might be calling you for a translation of what Aaron has told me.
I'm very proud of it.
Will you help?
Sure.
Yeah. They run. Here's a commercial. They run a wonderful place called Sacred Arts Center at right here in Wisconsin, in Kenosha, where they do all kinds of therapy, and we're going to do a whole program on them recently about mental health and stuff, because Aaron is married to Sandra Homan, and Sandra is a PCN. Did I get that right?
Nope.
Is she?
NP, nurse practitioner.
A PCN is not a nurse practitioner. Oh, had no idea. All right. Well, Sandy is now a nurse practitioner. She can even write scripts, etc. Right?
Right.
So she could get my meds for me. I think. I'm not sure.
We're hoping.
You're hoping.
Right.
Yeah.
It keeps us well supplied.
Courtney, if I showed you this, could you explain to us, everybody, what it is?
Oh.
You mean to explain what that is?
Yeah, because Carol's going to give us the recipe.
Oh,
for
no.
this. Oh,
the
yes,
seasoned pretzels?
What are they?
The seasoned pretzels?
They're seasoned pretzels.
That's what that is, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That recipe is like the nuclear football, man. Like that doesn't. You got to have the right hands for that, I think.
Is that a Midwest thing? Do you not eat those in Massachusetts?
We've never had them in New England.
Oh no.
I don't think we've ever.
Just you or
I mean, we
everybody
have
else?
seasoned.
I think just
pretzels.
him. Yeah.
Okay.
What are they, well, what's the seasoning, Bob? Can you tell?
Well, we have to ask.
Well, she won't give up the secret. No, she's not.
That's the trade secret, Bob. She's not giving that up.
No, I'll send the recipe along with Bob. How about that? And then you can copy it down.
What is the seasoning that we would most say? Oh my God, that doesn't belong on a pretzel.
Well,
you've got it right here.
There's dillweed and garlic.
Sounds good.
Dillweed and garlic.
That
Yeah,
sounds
you
good.
know that popcorn oil from Orville Redenbacher.
Okay.
They have popcorn and use that.
So the coconut oil, yep.
I will send the recipe with Bob, and then he can.
Is that all you do?
No, and then he can share it with you.
Yeah.
Is there
My favorite thing.
Them as well?
My favorite snack is Parmesan popcorn.
Ooh, that sounds good. I'll send it with you.
I think you've got a segment for another show.
Butter, and you just toss in Parmesan.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How about cooking with Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a
There's a whole new segment.
right behind me here is a whole culinary.
We have an industrial kitchen next door.
Is a whole culinary department. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. But usually, see, the show is on from 6 until 8. So the kitchen really isn't open that early. So we have to eat day-old stuff. So we don't.
That's not true, Bob. I can get you a cookie platter if you order it ahead.
That's probably when Carol's making them anyway.
Yeah.
She's making them at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Maybe before.
After I shovel.
Chef,
You're absolutely right.
Chef
Bob, if you
Butcher.
showed up to the show on time, it wouldn't be on sale. It'd be fine.
Nice shot. I like that. Yes.
You can go. Yeah, I have that problem. Somehow or other.
Sing.
Ryan and Kelly, they never ever are late to their show ever.
That's because they got
come
people,
in
Bob.
After the show begins.
Yes. Some days, yes.
Have you ever seen our show, Court? Oh my God! Is there somebody at the door?
I don't know.
What is that?
Kenny didn't get his therapy today. He's upset.
Yeah.
Oh, come in.
Yeah,
I
love.
do therapy in a second. There's a show after me called Kenny's Show.
Ken's Den.
Ken's Den, and I do therapy
Nice.
with Ken. I charge him $50 a whack. Yeah. Sometimes he pays me. I mean, sometimes he doesn't, and then he does. Whatever.
Does Ken need therapy?
Does Ken need therapy?
He did yesterday, but we had Chef John as a surprise guest, so he was good. He was good for the rest of the day.
Oh.
He's going to Vegas anyways. Kenny's going to the Consumer Electronics Show on Sunday, so he's going to be like a kid in a candy store.
Oh wow. Hey, so I wanted to ask. We haven't asked Chris. I want you to give us a couple of tips on how to make an insurance claim that's going to work. First, have you ever done an
That's
insurance
going to
claim
work.
on
What kind
anything?
of claims are you making, Bob?
Yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna find one. But have you guys ever?
Hey, Bob.
Done an insurance claim, you guys?
Bob, I'm calling your insurance lad and going to tell him you're cheating on him.
Oh no. But there are tips that we might need to know if we're going to do a claim. Luke, have you ever done a claim?
We had our neighbor back out of their driveway into our van, like last summer. But I guess that was their insurance that made the claim. So
wouldn't be your insurance that made it? Wouldn't you make a claim as well?
No.
No, we're teachers. We're not.
No, because
insurance. It's nice.
because they admitted fault. That's probably the first no.
Yeah. Don't admit fault.
Don't admit that you did anything.
Yeah.
So, Christian,
Yeah, rule
give us
number
some tips here.
Rule number 1, don't admit fault. Rule number 2, take pictures. Everyone's got a camera in their pocket now. Document it.
Yep.
Hey, Bob, I'll tell you a story about that. When I was working for the news, the local ABC affiliate, I got dispatched to an accident on an icy bridge.
Yeah.
And en route to that, on Interstate 391, I got rear-ended, blew out the back window of the news vehicle, everything. Right. So my first thing is I called it in, and I whipped out my camera. And I'm like, I'm not going to make my accident. I'm not going to make the accident I was dispatched to further down the road. So I'll shoot my accident. So I documented the whole accident, including the lady that hit me, refusing to signing a refusal to go in the ambulance, and her walking away from the ambulance and it pulling away. 2 months later, she sued the station because she figured deep pockets, easy money, right? So when I got called in to talk to the lawyer, I said, well, what happened? So I explained what happened. I says, do you want to just see the videotape? And she's like, you got a videotape? I'm like, yeah, I got her signing a refusal for her kids to go in the ambulance, the damage to both vehicles. She goes, are you kidding me? She goes, yeah, go dig that tape up. I showed the tape. She goes, make me a copy and you don't have to worry about this. It's going to go away. So yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Document everything.
Does that happen? When you were doing this, Chris, what was the craziest claim that you ever had? Do you remember?
Yeah, I have some kind of graphic stories, so I probably shouldn't share them on the radio, but some of the more mundane ones are like just cases of fraud where people would be like, you know what, I hit my buddy on the hand with a hammer. He didn't fall at McDonald's or whatever. People are just kind of cop to being liars, especially when they go through like rehab and stuff, like the 12 steps, like making amends. They're like, oh, that never happened. Like, oh, thanks.
Step number 6 is slip and fall.
Slipping and falling.
Yeah, Bob. You were talking about that earlier.
I set you up, Bob.
Yes.
Run with it.
Yeah. On the way into the studio one day, I had the donuts in one hand. No, I had my bag with all of the paraphernalia in one, and the coffees for the guests in another.
And we had them parked really close to the door, too.
Yeah, and I parked so close to the door, and my personal assistant came over to help me and said, be careful of that black ice. I said, oh, I see it. I'm not going to, yeah. And immediately I fell down. The coffee went everywhere. It burned me here, Carol. Look, right there. There it is, right there. And, and then I hit my head, but I went on and I did the show anyway. And
show must
yes,
go on.
yes, the show.
Been right ever since, Jeff.
Well, right.
Now, Chris,
he was never right before either. So
again, pointing out that if you were on time and didn't have to rush, you probably wouldn't slip and fall.
Yes,
exactly.
So,
Chris, do I stand a chance? I mean, like this was a year ago. When did my claims run out? When would this be?
Every state is different. I'm not sure on Massachusetts, but you can look. It would be like a general liability claim, a premises liability claim. But do you stand a chance? That's debatable. If I was defending the university, I would say, how long have you lived in the winter weather state, Bob?
But could I have the folks in this box over here? Where do I look? That box. Oh, that guy right there. Peter Coles, couldn't he be a witness to this?
I saw nothing, Bob. I work for the city.
Yeah.
Oh, he works for the city of. So I guess we're not going to.
And Bob,
we're going to have to depend on my Beanie Baby collection.
Bob, you would have had to go to the doctors right away and document your injuries.
Is that true, Chris?
Yeah, and that the property did nothing to mitigate their circumstances. Did they not salt? Or like if you're on at 6 a.m, is it reasonable for them to come out at 4 and 5 and salt for you? Specifically, not necessarily.
That's a good point.
I think it was salted. Bob just walked in the one spot that didn't have salt on it.
I would say
you told me to park there.
I know, Bob, but it was. Oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind.
So, Chris, what kind of a case would he have, seeing as how he's on camera and video and being taped about scamming the insurance company?
Right.
How did you get there? You'd say, well, I drove. I'd say, what was the weather like that morning? You'd say it was raining, icy. What was the temperature? Oh, about 30. You had plenty of knowledge that, hey, this was a distinct possibility. So.
Oh. And then I got up and I did 2 hours of radio before going and.
That's neither here nor there. It didn't have anything to do with the accident.
But. Yeah.
Oh, I got it. I don't have much of a claim, I guess. No, much of a claim. All right. So now, Courtney and Luke, The new year is here. Have you thought about what you're going to do differently? Are there any resolutions or anything that you've done?
Our family, well, we usually don't make a resolution of something to change. We usually try to like talk about things that we want to do in that year. So like one year, one of our kids said they wanted to try 3 new foods. We wanted to travel more one year, so we tried extra hard to make like meaningful vacations and things like that. So I don't know. We'll probably keep traveling. I'll
You're
probably
going to
make
keep
him go to
traveling, and there's going to be some Korean food involved in the future.
Sure, why not? I'll probably make him go to the Keys again.
So it's a great idea for families then. You guys just came up with a great idea for families. Aaron Homan, welcome. I just want to say that your sister, your very brilliant sister, just came up with this solution that you can offer to many of the people that come to you, that when they're making resolutions, to look for new adventures, to look, how am I going to expand my life in a positive way?
Okay.
And
maybe it's as little as we're going to eat Korean food this year.
He's giving me a lot of credit, Aaron. The idea was that we don't like when we usually just celebrate New Year's just with us 5. And so we decided that like if there's something that you wanted to change about yourself, that doesn't mean you have to do it on January 1st. Like you might want to change it in June or whatever. So like you should always be changing and growing. So we started talking about things that we wanted to do in the upcoming year. Maybe it was like the girls wanted to go zip lining one year, try new foods. One of the kids wanted to do, we wanted to travel more, whatever. So it was just like things that we wanted to make a goal of doing that year. That's all. He's giving me way too much credit.
Setting the intention, right?
Yeah.
What do you think, Dr. Aaron Holman? Aaron, you just came directly from work, actually. Gone in here.
I still am at work, yes.
You are still at work.
He's at work. I painted that wall.
You painted that wall? Where is that wall? This is
in his office.
And
that's
where is that
bathroom.
office?
Yeah.
That office is at Sacred Art.
My bathroom's here.
Sacred Arts Counseling and Wellness Center. And where is that? Where is that, Carol?
On Highway 31.
Highway 31 in what town?
It's across the street from Kohl's.
Oh, so you can shop and then go across and see if you've made the right purchases.
Retail therapy, yeah.
Retail therapy. You have all kinds of, I said to Aaron earlier, I said, I'm so sorry. I got the wrong times, boys, in the producing end of things. I gave the wrong times because I forgot that we were an hour earlier. Is that right? An hour earlier here in Wisconsin than Peter and Rick are. So unfortunately, Aaron was at work until 3 o'clock. Is that right? Yeah, 3 o'clock. Yeah. So was unable to come on until 3. So I wrote you an email. Did you read that email? Because know what you got out of this? You got an entire show out of this.
I did?
You did. You won the trip to Ludlow, and you got an entire show about sacred arts.
Did you get the second email, Aaron?
I got the one you just forwarded me. That's about it.
Yeah, Bob.
No, Bob.
Yes.
You know how that email was really nice and you were telling Aaron all of these really nice things you were going to give him for messing up the time?
Yes.
You didn't send it to Aaron.
Oh, no. Courtney, go ahead, send it to him.
No, because Aaron just texted me. Aaron just emailed. He's like, I don't have the Zoom link. I'm like, how did he not get the Zoom link? It was in the email that Bob wrote about how bad he felt for Aaron.
See, I usually take my personal assistant. Rick is my personal assistant.
Rick, he needs it.
Yeah.
Problematic one?
Yeah.
Come on, Rick.
I didn't get one either. I didn't get one either. That's why I had to run down to the studio and.
I forgot to mail.
Anyway, Aaron, he wrote a real nice email about how he.
So sacred. Honest to God, please forgive me. Sacred Arts Counseling Center we're going to talk about mental health, and we're going to talk about physical health with Aaron and Sandra Homan.
Hey, Bob,
it's going to be a show that we're going to tape sometime off when I can figure out the right times. Rick, you might be able to help me with that.
Because you only have a couple minutes left, Bob.
Yes. So everybody, we will talk to Aaron. Aaron, tell everybody what your family is. Who's in your family. We don't need to know all these other people here. Just your immediate family.
It's just myself and my wife and our 3 kids. Sienna is the oldest, and Vander is the middle child, and Porter is the 2-year-old.
And what's that like?
Porter or
don't mind Bob. He's just Bob. Bob's being Bob.
What is it like?
Send you an email. You guys can talk about it.
Yeah.
I now feel more compassion for my parents than I ever have.
That's a good answer.
I have not met them until today, and I feel sorry for them too.
Do not feel sorry for us. We love our kids. They're all brilliant. They're all well-educated. They're all very successful. Chris is our oldest child. Courtney is our middle child, and Aaron is our youngest child.
No, you misunderstand. We all apologize for Bob.
Yes, we apologize for Bob.
Apologizing for me.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. I'm your eldest brother-in-law. Am I right?
He is my eldest brother-in-law. Yeah.
I think that.
Yes, we'll go with that.
No, Gene is not.
Let's just go with that.
All right. So, at any rate, look, Chris, what is your
Bob? You have about 5.
You
You got 5 minutes. Otherwise, Kathy's going to give you the finger.
Oh, okay.
And that's the school teacher finger.
Oh my God, that's the next show.
That finger, yes.
Yeah, Chris. What is your resolution for the year, or is there anything that you're thinking about this year in the new year?
2023?
Yes.
You know what? That is mine and Jenny's 10-year anniversary, so that's a big one.
Yay!
Fabulous. Are you doing anything special for it?
I got a few things going on right now that I'm not 100% done with, so we'll see. But
Yeah, and you don't want to tell it on the air right now because we're all going to be watching this next week when we're all going to be watching it on archive because we're taping.
Yeah. That'll be nice. So that, and then I guess personally, I'm going to complete a very specific run.
What?
Complete at what?
Complete a very specific run that I've tried and attempted a few times.
Oh, a marathon of some type.
50 miler.
Wow, good for you.
Oh my God, Aaron, would you mind? I don't know whether that's such a good idea. Would you talk to your brother about that? 50 miles. You don't have to give him an appointment. Just give him the time to discuss whether 50 miles is a good thing. You're not going to be running with him, are you, Aaron?
Yes, I will be helping him. I will not be running 50 miles.
Yeah, we've interviewed an ultra marathoner that lives in Westfield before. He ran across Vietnam for a fundraiser for a children's an orphanage in Vietnam that a friend of his runs. He did an ultra marathon across Vietnam. He got permission from all the territorial governments, and he did a 56-mile run across Vietnam.
Fabulous. Well, this is going to be a 50-mile run across Wisconsin, which is
that's awesome.
Yeah, right. They're going to go by cornfields and cows, etc., etc. Aaron, what is your wish for everyone for the new year and your resolutions?
That's a large question. My wish for everyone would be to take care of themselves first, physically and mentally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any resolutions yet because I generally don't set them.
Oh,
I'm not much of a resolution person. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. You'll help others to set their resolutions.
Sure. Yeah.
You are the resolution setter.
That's correct. Yeah. It's more of a time to evaluate and look forward to the next year and perhaps.
I see it. Luke, did you have a different, I don't know whether you got to speak on this, but are you agreed that Courtney, you're going to take Courtney on a cruise?
To Paris.
The Bahamas?
Oh man, word got out on that. Yeah, I've maintained for a while that cruises are where just nefarious stuff happens. People I don't know.
He says that's
people get
what the
murdered.
murders happen.
Murders happen on those things, man.
Lots of disease.
But it
Oh,
also
great.
sounds really fun because there's water slides. I'm a big water slide guy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, we'll weigh it out.
Murders, water slides, whatever.
I don't know.
Well, here's news for you. Your Uncle James and I are going to a cruise to Bermuda in July.
Oh boy.
No,
We'll
nothing bad ever happens around the Bermuda area, does it?
The triangle, where you guys might never see us again, which might be not.
Yeah, we'll see ya.
We're going to see.
This is a good time.
Yeah.
No, my resolution is usually pretty boring. It's like I need to drink more water and I want to read more books. Like I'm not kidding. It's because I'm terrible at doing both things. I usually read one book a year, and I'm just about done with the one I'm reading now, which is good.
How many pages was that?
It's like 250. It's just a minor one, like
250 pages. That's less than one
podcaster. I'm
That's
kind of
a
an audio
paragraph a
media
day.
guy. Like I like that. I like listening to stuff. I can skim a lot of info. I enjoy that, but I'm I don't sit down to read. I don't sit down much. Period. So,
okay. So you're going to sit. Well, this is the family here. Luke is going to sit down more.
To sit more.
Okay.
What? I should have thought of that years
I want
ago.
to report. I want you to, Carol,
I'm going to travel
take
more.
note every time he sits.
Hey, Bob.
Yes.
You got to wrap it up.
I got to wrap it up.
Yeah, we're at 2 hours and 5 minutes.
You know, everybody have the best New Year possible. We live in a very divisive time, and if this family proves anything, it is that with laughing and with appreciating and understanding each other, we really have a better time. And so maybe the Homan family can teach us how to have a better New Year. And I just love, this will have to be a tradition. What do you think, you guys? Rick and producers, what do you think? Don't you think this should be a tradition?
That's fine with me, Bob. I pay for the Zoom subscription, so we can make it happen.
Yeah.
Well,
Sounds
don't
like a
jump
good
up
idea.
and down. Rick, you could, as personal as I'm going to bring you here next time to Wisconsin.
Nice.
This is good.
We do know how to take
That
the
way
show.
we'll have
Bob, we
everything
know how to
taken
take
care
the
of.
show on the road. We've done rocket launches in Virginia and Florida, so we know how to
Yes,
take the
right.
show on
That's
the road.
exactly right. So here, Christian Homan found a wonderful song for us. It's called Hello, New York, and it is by a group called the Spitfires. What was the name of that, Chris?
I don't know. It was Hello New Year.
Hello, New Year. Oh, I know. Cool Breezes or something.
Yeah.
The Cool Breezers, 1958. Look at, I love you guys. Get out there. Thank you, Homans. We'll see everybody next week, and the happiest of New Year's. And get out there and vote, and also get out there and donate, and get out there and volunteer this year. We have a very important year ahead of us. Thanks. See you, everybody.
See ya.
Thank you, Peter.
Happy New
Hello, Mr. New Year, hello. Oh, yes, we welcome you here. We'll wipe our tears of yesterday, for New Year has come our way. It's true, Mr. New Year, it's true. The love we see through you will fill our imagination and give us inspiration. This is the reason why we make resolutions, and this is the season to give more contributions. Hello, Mr. New Year, hello. Oh yes, we welcome you here. We'll wipe our tears on yesterday, for a new year has come our way. This is the reason why we make resolutions, and this is the season to give more contributions. Hello, Mr. New Year, hello. Oh, yes, we welcome you here. We'll white cloud tears on yesterday, for a new year has come our way.